In this video, I'm going to be going over 15 new features in the brand new update that adds the Center Ascended. This video is just going to be a quick overview of some of the changes added in this new update, but anyway, let's get right into it. First off, we have the brand new creature, the Shastasaurus with the submarine saddle. And of course, as you can see, the submarine saddle is beneath the Shastasaurus. Most people saw this in the two teasers they released not that long ago, but if you didn't know, it's now under it instead of on top of it. This thing is absolutely massive. It's even bigger than a lead Cyctus, and the sub is pretty cool. This is what it looks like from the inside, and I have the volumetric cloud thing turned on so you can see the outside of the area as well. But the physics on this thing are pretty cool, even though they are a bit glitchy sometimes, but the inside of it is pretty dope. As well as you can build in here, you can place structures and foundations, as well as stuff like smithies. You can also fit creatures in here, like trikes, and I've even seen people put creatures as big as a T-Rex. Also, this is a tech item, unfortunately, but you don't learn it at the tech grams. You get it at level 100, and it doesn't take any element to make, but it does take a tech replicator to craft, so you basically need to have tech here to build it, but you don't need to beat a boss to get the engram. It's just at level 100. This thing has tons of different abilities. I'm not going to go over all of them in this video. I just wanted to show off the submarine saddle so we can get into the other features, as well as they redid the dossier as well that they had. This is the new one, and this is the old one. Obviously, they needed to change it because of how they just changed the submarine saddle. Number 2 was a big surprise for me, but you can actually learn all of the Scorched Earth ingrams on the center. I find this one quite interesting, and also it's kind of weird with the resources you can get for Scorched Earth on here. We'll go over that later in the video because honestly there's not that much and you can't get that many. I might have been missing some because the DLC hasn't been out for that long, and if there is more then I'll let you know, but it is quite interesting. I'm assuming they did this because of course this center came out after Scorched Earth and Arc Ascended, but originally it came out like before Scorched Earth did, and I'm assuming since there's like the volcanic biome and stuff, maybe they just decided to have it, and also the DLC is free, so all of those different reasons, considering Scorched Earth is free now, means they probably just decided to put the Scorched Earth engrams on here. Either way, really cool, and I find it interesting you can actually do that now. Number 3 is the new boss arena. So I'm not sure how I feel about this one, but we basically have a brand new boss arena, and it completely replaced the old one. This is the old one, and it was honestly like one of the most loved boss arenas, and I don't think anyone was complaining or saying that they should remove it and replace it with something else. But this old town that everyone used to love and had the 2 Broodmother and Megapithecus got replaced. Now, this is the new one. It's a giant, like, Coliseum. I don't know if you'd call it a Coliseum. It looks really cool, though. People are saying that it looks trash. I feel like they're just saying that because the old one would have been better. But I honestly like the look of this one. I think it looks cool. I'm not complaining at all. And also, there's water in the arena, too, so you could use Spinos to basically Spino buff, and that could be a cool strat in here. It just sucks that they removed the old arena, but I do actually really like this one. But I think I might have liked the old one better, and I was really excited to see what the old arena was going to look like in Arc Ascended, but I guess we'll never get to see what that looked like. I'd like to know what you guys think of this down in the comments. I'm sure lots of people will comment about it, but let me know your thoughts. Do you like this new arena, or was the old one better? Number 4 is thatched triangle roofs. They added these, and of course they're going to be on all maps too, not just the center, but we now have triangle thatch roofs and this like sloped roofs too. They're very cool additions. I'm glad they added these, so if you want to use thatch roofs you can use those. Number 5 is the new volcanic biome. This is the old volcanic biome. I've always thought it looked really outdated, but they completely changed it. Like now it's like half jungle. It's pretty much just a giant jungle biome with some lava in there. I'm not sure how I feel about this one because it doesn't really feel like a volcanic biome anymore. It feels more like a jungle biome with lava in there, but some areas do still feel like the lava, as well as it's just a lot taller. There's a lot more, I don't know what you call it, terrain there. It's way taller with much more stuff going on there, but it's also more jungly, which I'm not sure fits with the volcanic area. I'd like to know what you guys think of this as well. One detail I do like is they implemented these basalt pillars from Scorched Earth, like from the Wyvern Trench, and also the ones that were on Ragnarok too. They have these, which I think is a nice detail to be added here. After that, we have the photo mode. Specifically, they added the ability to roll the camera. This is something I've wanted in the photo mode since it was added because I've thought that they've needed it for so long. They had it in Ark Survival Evolved with the NVIDIA Ancel you could use in Ark Survival Evolved on like Steam and PC, but they didn't have it on here in photo mode in Ark Ascended. But now you can actually tilt the camera, and it's going to make for such better pictures and for thumbnails as well. And number 7 is the Raft physics, and specifically the Raft collision. This has changed, but honestly it's so slight I can barely even notice it, and honestly I'm not entirely sure what's different. I just know it changed, and I do need to include it on here because it probably will end up being a big change, but it's really subtle and it's hard for me to tell the difference. I'm sure someone will comment in more detail and maybe make it more obvious, but I personally don't know much, but I thought I'd include it anyway because it is quite a big change. Number 8 is there's a brand new area that's been added. This area right here on the Ark Survival Evolved, on the original center map, has had a huge new area added to it. I don't really know how to describe it. It's basically like gigantic rock formations coming out with some more land. Some gives you some more areas to explore, and I think this is a cool little change. I definitely like it. Number 9 is another map change, and it's a land bridge between these giant islands. The island on the right and the island on the left, which is by the volcanic biome, has now a giant land bridge between it, as well as the area on the left is completely different. Before it had like volcanic areas to it, and now it looks completely different. But here's a bigger look at that land bridge, so you don't even need to like get a raft to go anymore. You can walk across that and make it to this island, which looks completely different. Number 10 is changes with the cryo fridge. Now when you place down a cryo fridge, it only has a 1 minute and 30-second cooldown to throw down cryopods around it. Before it had 5 minutes, and I don't think anyone liked the original change where you had to have cryopods, so I guess it's kind of nice that it only takes 1 minute and 30 now, but still kind of wish that the cryopod changes didn't happen. And number 11 is the Pyromane. This is a brand new creature added to the center and completely unexpected. They didn't tease this, they didn't announce this until the very last second when the map actually came out. And this is a paid creature. It's a paid DLC and it costs $5, and you get this creature with it. And it's basically a reskin Shadowmane with a ton of new abilities. Now, even though it is a reskin Shadowmane, it does look really cool. It looks a lot different, and like I said, it has a ton of abilities. You have to like cycle through the abilities. There's a whole thing, like, I don't know. This thing has really cool, unique mechanics. I definitely think it is a cool addition. I don't think it's bad just because it's a reskin Shadowmane. It's got a lot going for it. It makes me glad that there's actually more creatures being added that are exclusive to the center, like the Pyromane. And this also is part of the Fantastic Tames DLC, and that also means that every single custom map, I believe, is going to be getting a Fantastic Tames DLC. So they will get a new creature with every single custom map that comes out, like Ragnarok, Crystal Isles, Valguero, and stuff like that. But after the Pyromane, we have Salt. You can actually get raw salt, which is a resource you could only get on Scorched Earth, or at least when Scorched Earth first came out. It was added on later maps, but it wasn't available on the center, and now you can get raw salt. So you'll be able to make salt, except for I don't think you can get sulfur. This is like the only resource from Scorched Earth I could find. If someone else has found more resources from Scorched, then maybe let me know in the comments, but the only one I found is raw salt, and you get it from these bones in the volcanic area. The next change is to Batman Island. The iconic Batman Island no longer looks like Batman, as it looks like a giant skull, and honestly I really like this change. The gigantic skull looks a lot cooler, and the formation looks a lot more natural, as well as, I mean, it just looks like a giant pirate island. It gives like kind of like a pirate theme. I think that's really dope. The only problem I have with it is they removed the ability to go inside of it, which is one of the main features. It has that giant lava pool you could go inside, but now that's gone. But you can get a ton of obsidian here, and there's a ton of metal on top, so I still think this will be a decent metal farming spot, but it's definitely a great obsidian farming spot, because there's a crap ton here. Also, there's these giant fire pots, and you can walk through them. They have no hitbox, which I find kind of funny. But after that, at number 14 is there's these outer islands. All of the surrounding area of the center used to just be a giant ocean, but now there's these huge land formations, and sadly you can't go to them, as they look like you'd be able to go to them. I'm in Ghost Road right now. You can't actually get to these close to them, but they honestly look like they'd be really cool formations of the map, and I feel like it would have been awesome if you would have been able to go over here, but you're not able to. I mean, I guess it's not a huge surprise, but I do think it's a nice addition either way, as it's better than just having the ocean go out forever. There's actually like land formations outside, even though it does kind of look like a very unique area, and no area like any other Ark map, which is why I think it'd be kind of cool to be able to go over there. And number 15, the final edition, is premium mods on PS4. I know a lot of PS4 players have been waiting for them to add premium mods, and myself included, because I play on PlayStation, so very glad to see these premium mods on PlayStation, and we now officially have them on all platforms with ASA, and it is a great change to see these in the game. But that's going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe. I know there wasn't as much as the Scorched Earth update. I had like 50 in that video, but there's just not as much to cover for the center. It's still a really cool thing, even though there was some changes. I'd like to know your thoughts on the new features, but that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, and bye.